Hi students, now in this elements of mechanical engineering module 2 we are going to see about sources of energy. One of the source is solar energy. So what type of energy it is? Already in the previous video we have seen the renewable and non-renewable energy resources. Non-renewable energy in the sense we cannot use it back. Once it is used, then we cannot use it, but renewable we can reuse it, like solar energy, wind energy. Okay, these are all the renewable type of energies. Here solar energy is the primary energy. Without that nothing will be there in the earth, right? And it is a clean form of energy, and this cannot be run out in due course of time. If you use it regularly also, nothing will happen for the solar energy, solar sunlight. And because every day it's for the million years of ago, the plants are getting buried, animals are getting buried, and that now due to the pressures and temperature differences it becomes a fuel we are taking as a coal and some other fuels from that earth, but they are going to vanish in due course of time. So another source we have to find out, that is a renewable energy resources. Solar is one of the best source, and it is a green power, and we normally we use this, the energy is needed to do some work, okay, for drying a cloth or for cooking or heating the water, whatever it is. So we need some type of heat energy. This is the solar energy, where we are simply we are using for heating, drying the clothes, keeping the things warm, like that. And now it will be, we are going to divide, make us devices for utilizing effectively, just like for heating of water. When the solar light is passes through a parabolic reflector, the parabolic reflector, it reflects the solar rays and it focuses towards a pipe where the water is going on. So the cold water absorbs the heat energy and it becomes hotter, right? That we can make it as a huge amount of heat and make the hot water, so make it as a steam. That steam then it is sent to the turbines, and the turbine is which is connected to the generator which can produce the electricity. So this is one kind we can do it. And normally for household things, we want to heat the waters, okay. So solar water heater, we might have seen in everywhere, the solar water heater. The solar water heater, you can see this how it is functioning. It consists of a drum or a solar tank, we call it as. So in the solar tank, water is getting filled. What water? It is the water from the overhead tank, okay, normally which is filled for our usages. That overhead tank, water is connected to the solar tank, so there the water is filled. And then from the solar tank, the cold water, we are sending the cold water to the solar flat plate collector, where the sunlight falls on the plate, and then the water is getting heated up. Let me see one by one how it is functioning. So the here, after getting the water is getting heated up, again the hot water is getting stored in the solar tank, and from there we are taking back to our bathroom taps and all, okay, for the purpose of getting hot water. And in this right side view, right side is cross sectional view of the solar flat plate collector is showing. Here we have to know about some important topics, important parts, like absorber plate, okay, absorber plate which absorbs the heat. And the first one is a layer, transparent glass layer, glass cover, that through the glass cover the heat, the sunlight will falls on that, and it will transmit the heat to the observer plate. And the water tubes which are passed below to the observer plate will get the heat energy from this reflected waves of lights. So that in turns the water gets heated up and it will be moved to the solar tank. And here an important thing is we need some insulations for avoiding the heat to flow out. So the insulators are used here for keeping the observer plate and this thing is temperature, maintain the temperature which is required. So the absorbing plate, it is made up of a copper and aluminum or steel. It is coated with a material for absorbing the solar radiation. So when solar radiation is absorbed through the absorbing plate, and the water tubes which are passing below to the absorber plate, which contains the water, is absorbing the heat, and it becomes steam. Okay, so the water tubes or the tubes which contains the water, and for this effectiveness we need transparent covers. So the transparent covers or the sheets of solar radiation transmitting material which takes the heat from the sun, and it transmits to the absorber plate. So the observer plate is kept below to the transparent sheet, and because of the convection and conduction process, the heat energy passes through the transparent cover to the observer plate. So below to which the water lines are going on, and the transparent covers are normally around usually 4 to 5 mm thickness. It's a toughened glass. So and in the at the bottom of this, instance, some mirrors will be there for the reflection, continuous reflections, so that it will become very hot. Right. So the main working is how the sun rays is falling on the transparent cover. So the transparent covers transmits the heat to the absorbing plate. The absorbing plate again, it transmits to the pipelines where the water is going on, and this is transferred to the fluid of the pipeline. So then it gets heated up. So we use some flat mirrors inside this observer below to that the transparent glass and the observer to improve the output of it, and so for these reflections will be more. Okay, so since the reflection is more and more heat is going to be produced, and the warm water becomes hot, and when it becomes hot, automatically the density will be reduced. So due to the low density, the water moves upward, and it will be getting stored in the tanks. That's what solar tank. From there we are going to take it. This is how the solar energy is is useful for producing the heat. And another one is a solar photovoltaic cell, where solar rays, when it falls on the solar panels or selenium cells, the photovoltaic effect, we call it as a photovoltaic effect, where the generation of electromotive force takes place when the sun rays falls on the panels. So here for selenium cells, we call it as a selenium ion selenium type cells, where a positive and a negative silicon vapors are there. Here we can say N type silicon and P type silicon, where N is the negative charged ions will be there, and P type is the positive holes will be there. When light falls on the selenium cells, the P type and N type silicons will act. So here the negative charge will be built up on the gold electrode. There is a gold plating layer will be there over the layers of this ion selenium. So it will insulate, it will make a good service for trying to improve the performance of it. So that under the influence of sunlight, a negative charge will build up on the gold electrode and a positive charge at the bottom of the electrode. So here the difference between the energy will produce the voltage. So we know that voltage is going to be produced. That voltage, when it passes through the layer, okay, when the electrode from one charge to another charge, then we are getting this power transfer. That is, the electron moves from the P type to there is a N type. Some N type to P type. When it is moving, the electrons are moving. We know what is the current. Current is the movement of electrons. It's a flowing of electrons. So when the electrons are flowing, that is due to the solar rays. When solar rays falls, then it happens. So here, this is how the electricity is getting produced by using the photovoltaic effect. Okay. So the advantages, applications, and everything is it produces very effectiveness, ecological, environmental friendly gases. There is no emissions will be there, so we can use it for n types of n number of powers. Battery also, it can be, we can charge the batteries also, and we can use it for future when there is no electrical power. So like that, nowadays solar power panels are very much important in this era. Okay, next we will see about other sources in the next videos.